You're watching an official AFO Maryland production.
Alright guys, welcome to the third episode of the Amplifier Airsoft podcast. I'm AFO Josh from AFO Maryland Airsoft. Today I'm joined by Pavlos from Space Coast Airsoft, Silverwolf, also known as the Illinois Airsofter, and TrekX, one of the top tier airsoft editors out there. So first, starting off today, you
guys want to talk about the Kriss vector?
Yeah, let's talk about that, because I actually don't know anything about that, other than that it's delayed.
You prepared so well. All right, so...
Well, I knew you were preparing, so...
We're gonna go to evike.com and look at this thing.
All right, so basically, if you've been living under a rock in the airsoft community for some reason, or you just, I don't know what a computer is, Kriss, or Crytek, USA, we're going to be releasing a AEG airsoft version of the Kriss Vector. So the only other time in the past that we've had that as an option to purchase was the replica version from KWA that was licensed. KWA lost the licensing, and there's a whole fiasco of that with Kriss, and Kriss realized that, and that's kind of why they made Crytek, because they wanted to make their own guns, and there's all sorts of different stories about that. But what we're talking about today is the Kriss Vector. So originally it was released, it was supposed to come out on March the 30-something?
31st.
31st, that was it. But it got delayed to June the 30th. Here it says Crytek brand products held the same strict quality standards applied to Kriss USA's defense industry products. After an internal evaluation, we deemed necessary to re-engineer some of the vital components of the Crytek Kriss Vector AEG in order to deliver the performance and quality our customers expect from Crytek. That's what Tim Sargent said. If you know, he's used to work for Airsoft GI. He said that with this reschedule, we are also able to incorporate upgrades to electronics to take advantage of advancements in this field to improve efficiency and response.
To me, that sounds like not
and also they
terrible
said that
thing.
at launch, the Kriss Vector will launch with one extra free magazine. So that's nice. So yeah, you're gonna get an extra free magazine. And in my opinion, and I've said this to quite a lot of people disagree with me, some do. I think it's a good thing that it got delayed. It's only a month. It's not that bad. It's not like next year, like it originally kind of was. Like they're like, oh, when are they going to release? And we're waiting. We have a date, although it did get pushed back. But I think they kind of were. They may have had this already planned to push it back because like to see what's going on, to see if there was like a big industry update, like a better MOSFET system comes out or something. And maybe that's what's come out. Maybe they found a better way to make it smaller, to make it do something better, to handle higher batteries. And once again, you're going to make sure it's good performance. Here, if you want to, there's a video. Here, I'll send it to you, Josh, to put it up there.
All right, sure.
You can drop it in the chat.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, if it means better electronics and an extra free mag, like, I don't think I'm personally going to buy it day one. I think I'll wait for it to, like, go on sale for the first time, because I'm not just going to, what is it, like $450? Something like that? More?
$450, but it seems like it's pretty high quality.
I mean, it's a Crytek, and like the LBOA is $450. Here, Josh, I send it to you. Just play like the shooting, and even in this, while it is a short-barreled rifle, and that's something like it's a really short barrel, and even in airsoft, barrel length doesn't matter that much. But once you get to those really short, like PDW SMG lengths, like those really short ones, you are gonna get a loss of accuracy and grouping at a distance, but still. The groupings on this thing looked pretty bad, and someone was kind of mentioning that on the Airsoft Reddit as kind of a joke, I think. But seriously, if you look at the footage, and Josh, if he figures out how we'll play it,
yeah, I accidentally.
You can see it. Well, it isn't full auto. The groupings don't look that great. I mean, it still looks like it functions amazingly. It sounds really cool, but I don't know. Maybe that's
what is the? At what range are these? I don't have the video pulled up.
I mean, this looks like. This looks.
All right.
Also, the BB seemed to drop right away, and this looks like it's maybe 50 feet. I mean, maybe they didn't just the hop up, but.
I mean, it is like a pistol-length barrel. It's not like.
Yeah,
it's not a pistol. It's the same as the Crytek PDW, and even the Crytek PDW. I've shot one. I've used one. The range is still pretty good, and the groupings are still pretty nice, even with the stock barrel. So I think there might be something going on with the air seal or something, and having inconsistent FPS. Because obviously there's something going on, and if you just go by this video of it shooting, maybe that's the issue. Who knows?
They probably just are using too small of a BB or two. It would probably be better to use like a heavier BB with like the quality.
Well, I
the
mean,
gun?
I feel like they wouldn't put shitty BBs in a prototype gun. You know, they'd use the highest quality
Especially
BB
in
possible.
the video that they're...
Yeah.
You know.
So I think maybe there is an issue with the groupings, but maybe not. Maybe that's just, you know, there was a lot of wind. There seems to be some rain going on, so that could be affecting it. But still, you know, we don't really know what's going on with the Kriss Vector. I'm trying to pull up anything else I can. Yeah, I can't really. I mean, I can't find that much. There's a couple of videos.
Yeah,
there's some...
those spreads look like garbage, even for like CQB.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, on
I've
Evite.
seen tri-shot shotguns that are better groupings than that. Oh
Yeah,
my
so
God.
something. All right, so yeah, here on Evike, yeah, it'll be delayed to improve performance. Blah blah blah. Press contact is Tim. I was gonna message him on Reddit because I messaged him before and asked him about it, but I forgot because.
Oh.
So, maybe I'll send him a message, and maybe we'll have an update for you guys during the next podcast.
Yeah.
But for now, it just got delayed. I don't think it's a bad thing. What do you guys think? You think it's good?
No, I think if they delay it because they want to make improvements to it, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think that's a pretty smart way to go than put out a gun 3 months early with outdated parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also think about this. This is like this has literally never been done before. There's like the angle of engagement is something totally weird before. You know, like if you talk to like an engineer who like knows, you know, airsoft guns work, or just really an engineer, like I've talked to some people and they're like, this is like a feat. Especially like airsoft techs are like, this is amazing, the fact that they were able to accomplish this.
Yeah, it seems like the definition of a proprietary gun. Like,
yeah, it will be able to take some version 2 parts, and you could modify, like I think the cylinder slightly shorter, so you could cut it down and trim it. But it'll take like version 2 sprigs, like version 2 hop ups. So it's gonna be pretty similar, and I think. So I think overall it's not going to be too bad of a gun, like if you want to work on it or something, as opposed to something like proprietary, like let's say the ASG Evo. I know is very proprietary in its systems, but that's also because it has the cutoff system and stuff. But I think it's definitely the one thing is I have not seen the mags purchasable literally anywhere online. Oh no, now they're purchasable on Evo. Never mind, I'm dumb. But it wasn't until a couple days ago. It wasn't. They weren't really purchasable anywhere. So I guess maybe it was really they're delayed because of the mags.
Well, why would you purchase the mag if the gun wasn't even released yet?
Well, no, what I'm saying is it possible they lowered the release of the gun because they didn't have the mags ready? Because literally, it wasn't until after the delay I checked that day to see if there was mags up because I wanted to pre-order some mags. If I didn't want to pre-order a gun until I could pre-order mags, and I haven't. You know, what I'm gonna do right now. But
Okay.
fuck it, live on the internet, I'm burning my money. But yeah, the mags are $24, which seems pretty expensive. What are they? They're polymer. I wish they had metal. Like I know they're polymer. Like if you look at the bags, they're like the bottom's thicker and the top is thinner. Like looks like a real Vector mag. I wish the top part was metal and maybe the bottom could be polymer. I wish there was some metal in there. And maybe it's in, but what I can see, it's a molded polymer. This is 102 rounds. I thought it said 120 on the no, okay, 102. Okay, maybe the mags got delayed because I mean, they're making specialty mags, so they're trying to find ones that are fit the quality. That honestly is quite a possibility. Here, let me I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna send a Reddit message to Tim.
Okay.
Because I assume that anybody buying this is not going to be buying more than is going to be buying more than like 2 mags.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 2 mags. Now that they're going to include 2 mags, which I think they should honestly. I would if they put the price to 500 and included like 3 mags or 4 mags. If they had a package, I would go for that because especially when it's $50 for 2 mags. Like these are expensive mags. Like if they honestly, I know it wouldn't have been harder, but they probably should. I wish they made it to take MP5 mags. I think it could have fit it in the Magwell system, and I think it would have been really cool if it took MP5 mags. That would have been really nice.
I can already see maybe like an aftermarket like converter kit, kind of like with a G36 to M4 type of thing.
I know, but I mean the fact that the reason I'm saying I wouldn't see that unless it would be like some more like the M4 to the M4 to fucking MP7 or not MP7,
Oh,
MP5
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
adapter. Like those, something that would go into the mag well to take smaller mags than these. So probably MP5 mags, unless you got some super janky, disgusting adapter where it'd be this tube that goes down, and then you put the M4 mag right at, like, it's just dangling. That's the only thing I can think of. That would look horrible. But maybe like for drum mags, it'd be cool if they made a drum mag for this. You know, like Josh,
That'd
you
be
know,
wild. Maybe like a fat mag, kind of like the M4 ones.
Yeah, because I mean, like people like Josh, you know, that are gay and like high caps.
Look, I'd rather run 3 mags and have 1,000 rounds than 10 mags and have 1,000 rounds.
I mean, I just run 5 mid caps and I'm fine. Yeah. But anyways,
I'm a speed soft.
Tactical maraca.
I know. Anyways, we're not gonna get into that debate today. That'll take the entire video. But I definitely think that, you know, they should make high caps because there are people like Josh out there who, you know, like penises and and you know, use high caps. And there was even a time where and like sometimes you know, I'll admit, I will confess my sins that sometimes if I'm really lazy and I forgot to load my mags the night before, I might just use my high cap I have laying around for the first game. You know, because there's a thing of convenience to it. And I would, this would be my like dream magazine. It loads like a high cap, but it stops, and then you wind, and then it has like a tool to like crank it. But it's like it's like a mid cap, so there's no extra BBs. So like it loads like 80 rounds, which you can kind of do with a high cap, but something that's kind of meant for that, you know. So there'd be no reservoir. It would just be like a super easy loading system. Yeah, like that drives me literally. I don't want tactical maracas on my chest. Thank you very much. All right. So any further comments or thoughts on the Crytac delay?
I can already see, because Evike does this with a lot of the EMG guns. Like I can already see $500. You get like. Or $550. It's the Crytac with a 10 mag bundle, something like that.
Yeah, a lot of the Crytacs. Let's just pull up how many 10 mag bundles Evike has right now. You have multiple bundles for their gas blowback and AEGs, and you have 10 for the ICS Pro line. You have a 10 mag bundle for the Crytac CRB and Wolf Gray, which is the Evike edition. Maybe it'll be a Wolf. I really would love a Dark Earth Vector, right? Let's see that happen.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah.
Like, I mean, they have the capabilities, but so they have 10 rounds for the PD. They have 10 rounds for pretty much every Crytac gun in Wolf Gray right now. So they might do that, but because it's not M4 mags, I mean, M4 mags are cheap as fuck. Like, that's a fact. So for them, yeah, they only have it for AEGs, and you know, once again, M4 mags, one of the cheapest mags on the market. So you know. They can easily get some cheap high caps, and you know. But I think for the Vector mags, you know, I don't think they would do that, but maybe I definitely could see them either having a Wolf Gray Vector or just there's some variant.
Sick, yeah.
I would love. Okay, this is kind of my thing. And the only time I've ever shot a real Vector, it was the 9mm one that I shot. And the reason it was is because you know, real Vector, the lower receiver, you see how like. There's like a very big seam, the lower and upper receiver. You change the lower, and you can change the caliber from 45 to 9 mil.
If they had a two-tone, that would be sick.
So if you could get like the lower to be Dark Earth, like what my friend did, he bought the Dark Earth lower for his Crytac CRB, and so he has like a two-tone Crytac black and Dark Earth. So I think that would be a very interesting thing if they could have two tones, because I think two tones is definitely a lot cooler, and also would save them money. Because they only have to paint one part of it, so yeah.
Am I insane, or am I not seeing any like cutie sling mount points on this thing?
Let me take a look here. Let me pull it up on the big monitor.
I might just be blind, but I'm not seeing like.
There's something on the stock under it.
Yeah, also, guys, if anyone's wondering, I talked with Tim about this.
Oh, I think I see that.
I asked him. He did say that you can run the M4 stock adapter for the real Vector, which is only like $60, and then you can run M4 stocks, like an M4. You screw an M4 buffer tube and you run an M4 stock on it. So that is pretty cool. So I'll probably end up doing that because I don't know. I like M4 stocks and. Like especially like the MOE stock's pretty comfortable. Like and you lose the folding stock capability, just so you guys know, but you do gain like a cooler stock. So it depends on if you're going to use the Vector as a primary or secondary, and like what your play style is.
Now, would there be a way to wire that to like a crane stock then? Because
I think
the only thing I see wrong with this, like in my head, is
the
just
battery.
batteries.
I think you could totally modify it, and I
fuck those
think
mini candy bar 7.4s. Like, I hate those.
I mean I have
Oh.
an 11.1 that small.
Yeah.
They're
It
not mini.
says it can like
Well, they're-
handle an
they're bu-
Yeah,
11.1.
but you just have to buy
I mean,
so
it's
many
they're
of them.
they're basically buffer tube lipos, and well, I mean, I run for normally my Crytek CRB, I run one 11.1 1200 milliamp hour lipo, and you can buy them in like the small candy bar variants. They're like 1100 instead of 1200, and I run that all day, and I don't change batteries. So I don't know. I think like I don't shoot that terribly much. I only shoot if I see someone. Some people just spray, and I never use full auto. But although semi-auto actually eats your battery more. But anyways, I think the Vector looks good. Yeah, I don't see any QD mounts. I don't think the real one does. But you could want there's all sorts of things. Or if you're like if this is going to be a primary, a secondary to like a sniper or DMR or whatever, you can get a stock that's just a sling point. So like it's just a little a little piece, and you put your sling on there. So the fact it'll take real Vector back parts is cool. And I think I'll totally rewire this to the rear. You know, get some Adines and some extenders, and just attach a buffer tube, because I'm sure you could Dremel and fit some wiring through the back there. And I think honestly that would have been the route they should have gone. I think, because then I think they would have more room to work with it. In fact, they'd have the entire pistol grip to maybe they could put the motor in there, put something else, or maybe not. Maybe it really wouldn't work for that, but they would have had more space for maybe like to put the wire in like a bigger MOSFET. I don't know. But then if they made it an M4 buffer tube system and M4 stock, I don't think anyone would complain much. Maybe someone would. But maybe if they make that variant available and it'll be cheaper for them to make, I don't know.
It's.
I'm surprised it doesn't come wired to Dean's, like out of the box.
Yeah, that's what I love about GMP guns. They do that. They can wire the Deans out of the box.
I'm just
Oh,
waiting for
GMP
everybody
does
to
that?
make that leap so I can finally have an excuse to actually do that to all my batteries and shit.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to do it a lot, well, I mean, it's not that hard. You can just buy Dean's batteries, I would say. Like, next time you need to buy a battery, buy Dean's battery.
Yeah, true.
And then they'll incentivize you. That's what I did. I was like, I don't want to rewire my batteries. Then I was like, all my my nickel metal hydride batteries I still keep Tamiya to like as loaner batteries and as backups, and I just have an adapter. So if I need to run those.
Does the adapter do anything with the connection besides just adapting? Like, does it?
Well, yeah, if you use a Tamiya
have
adapter,
resistance?
you're gonna have more resistance, because that's it. I mean,
Okay.
not with the Deans, but just you're gonna have the Tamiya resistance back again. And I think it can also take, once again back to the Vector, I think it can take real Vector like charging handle adapters. Not 100% sure on that, but I that wasn't from any like a reliable source. That was just something I heard. But also, I don't like how the charging handle, I don't think it keeps the hop-up window open. I think you have to hold it back. It doesn't lock. Although I don't think the real one does either. So, there's no. I don't see a QD swing set level on here. But I mean, I always hated QD. So
Oh, I love my QD.
my issue with QD is those ball bearings. Eventually, even I had mil spec like real a Magpul one, and the ball bearings ripped out after like running it really hard at Iron Horse 2. So, there's that. But there's this like a sling adapt point. If you're gonna, I mean, I'm sure, and also you could just get the Magpul sling thing, which is like $10, I think, or a knockoff of it, and run it in the back. Okay, one thing that I'm complaining about is they have their Defiance folding sights that they make for the Defiance rifles. Why the hell don't those come on all the Cryteks? Like, come on, they're
Yeah.
like no one wants, and I'm sorry if you do, fuck off. No one wants standard sights that are stuck there. Folding sights, there's no disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's like you can put them away when you have an optic. Like I just bought a bunch of, I have a bunch of Magpul sights is what I run. I have some Dark Earth ones that I don't use right now, but then I have some black ones that I run on my current rifle, because you can just flip them up and down and put them away, and they're really nice and really accurate. And the Defiance sights, they look really cool too. And like, we know if the Alpha, how the Crytek Alpha, how the stock back butt plate is smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, that is because the real Crytek Defiance 22LR rifles, a variant of them comes with literally the Crytek stock, and the butt plate they make for that is the smaller butt plate. They don't use the enlarged butt plate because it just doesn't make sense for a real gun, really. So that's why they use that for the Alpha, because it was cheaper, because they mass produced that part more. So I feel like it'd be cheaper for them to just put the Defiant sights on all the Crytek's. I mean, come on, like they're much nicer sights. I really don't like the Crytek sights because they're kind of, I mean, they're useless once you want to start using optics. You know?
Yeah. Like I sometimes like co-witness like my front sight with
yeah. Sometimes
my AEG,
I do see points to run the front sight, but the rear sight, no one's gonna run a stand, especially like the stupid boring A2 look, which is just like I just never liked the Crytek sights because I thought they were so boring and they just kind of ruined the look of the rifle. You know, like I felt, oh, it looks so cool, but then you have these boring sights. You know, so I think if they just put these sights on the, like if especially their Poseidon line, if anyone knows about that, that's gonna be their new high-end line. There's gonna be higher end parts which are also gonna sell aftermarket so people can upgrade their Tridents. But the Poseidon line is gonna be like the CRBs, the Tridents series, and it's just gonna be like way better according to Crytek. So the the Poseidon line, maybe those will have the Defiant sights, but I feel like flip-up sights. Come on, G&G includes metal flip-up sights on their guns.
I love the ones that came with like the CM16, like the SRs. I love those sights so much.
I don't like peephole sights like that because they're I feel like they're not good for close quarters use, which is airsoft. My thing. Like I love the front ones, but like I would honestly dremel or like make the hole in the top one bigger.
Yeah.
Because like on like MBIS sites or any site that has like two peepholes, I always use the bigger one because like. I don't know why
I just use it with my EOTech. I just use the G&G like front sight with my EOTech.
Yeah, the front sight's nice. But still, like ICS includes front sights. You know, G&G, the new I don't know what the Avalon series guns from VFC.
Oh,
They all have flip up front sights. Even the new Lancer tactical guns, the higher end ones. So why doesn't Crytek? Yeah. And I know Crytek's a little behind the
game.
Even
the Amoebas have front sights, even though they're garbage. But
okay, the front one's not bad. It's just the back one. Like I had to drill a hole through it to make it big enough to be useful. Because like once again, tiny ass people, you don't want to use that. But still, like also like my MBIS sights, they're a cosmetic thing. $80 cosmetics. I've literally never used in the past like year. But still, they're cool. So just flip those sights. Anyways, we're talking about this too long. So let's move on to our next top. Actually, see, there was one more airsoft news piece I wanted to pull up.
This guy's asking if you recommend APS guns.
Okay, this is what I'll say about APS. And here, wait, let me send you a video, Josh. That's pretty funny to put.
Let me give my opinion real quick on APS. Because I've been running a gun by APS for almost a year now, with no problems. It's not worth if you're talking like their ASRs. Which are their F1 firearms knockoff, like competition guns. I wouldn't recommend them just because they're so retarded expensive, and you're just paying for the looks.
You're paying for the
performance-wise, they're fine. Yeah, you're just paying for because it's like CNC'd aluminum, and it feels nice, and it's externally it's built really nice. Internally, there's just nothing special about it. Because it's just like, it's their Silver Edge gearbox, which is nothing to really write home about, and there's no ETU, there's no MOSFET. So, if it was like $250, I would totally recommend it, but $360 plus for the ASR line is just, it's too expensive. Well, you can get so much better for that.
My personal experience with APS, or I should say my friends, is not the best. And it was one of those makeshift Glocks that just kind of...
APS work. Pistols suck. Anything that isn't the ASR line by APS is garbage.
Okay, slow down. All right. I had 3 of those APS Glocks. First one I got, the hammer system just broke. Literally first 2 shots. Evike sent me a new one. Second one I had for a while, and it just started to crap on me. But for some reason, I had so many mags. I don't know. I was like, I'm just gonna buy another one because I found one. They were on sale. Bought another one. Regret that purchase entirely. Then eventually I sold the 2 together with the mags for like $50. So I'm like, just get this tumor away from me. Like, Evike doesn't even sell them anymore. I don't know if it's because of the whole Glock knockoff thing or because their actual pile is garbage. But the APS ACP, a piece of shit. Just a piece of steaming pile of hot
almost
garbage.
Almost equivalent to WeTech? Question mark. Here.
Okay, WeTech sometimes is good. It is just here's a pile of trash. Okay, now when it comes to their AEG, a lot of people say that they're blowback guns, which is basically like the gun Josh has. It's just a different externals. Like you can buy the gun Josh has if you want the internals for some reason, which is like the blowback. Like their internals aren't that bad with their AEGs. It's just with like the line that he has, you're really paying for the aluminum exterior that's lightweight and it's a competition rifle. And I think if you don't care about money, or if you're like making a Polar Star or something, and then you're kind of changing the internals basically, or if you're just gonna upgrade it, yeah, you can upgrade the gun. And I think you have a really and I think honestly for those speed softers that run HPA guns, want the lightest weight, want the gayest things possible, getting one of those.
You gotta go fast, man. Gotta go fast.
Yeah,
I removed my charging handle because it was too heavy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want that, I think honestly their guns aren't bad. Now, their AKs I've heard are pretty good. They're on like SEMA grade. I heard their AUGs, like their AUG FAMAS hybrid guns, are just piles of absolute garbage. As well, like if I sent you a video, Josh, if you want to put it in there. It's when things go wrong.
You gotta
in
play my
office.
Glock review. That's in the podcast chat.
Alright.
Karma's asking for a good starter gun. Like on
we've covered this a lot, and we'll just the G&G Ares amoebas aren't bad. What was the Echo 1 one?
Echo 1 Genesis.
That's what it is.
That is the cheapest gun I would recommend. The externals are I mean, it's not even full metal. Like it's full polymer. There's not much metal on it. Even the charging handle is polymer. But unlike, let's say, the combat machines, the charging handle works, and like they're pretty good guns. I mean, they come with like a Mad Bull Orange, and I think they have brass barrels, and they can pretty much handle lipos. So I mean, they're not bad, and you can, they're a good good practice gun. Yeah, like Ron Elisa said, Ares is good. I mean, it's really like, okay, so I sold my Ares a little while back, and I hadn't used it for a while. And then I used a friend's Ares.
The fuck is this video?
Play it. And I used a friend's Ares Amoeba, like one of the little, like the pistol ones that have like the polymer grip and like no stock. That thing. Well, the range was pretty bad because the stock buckings are shit. I'm just gonna be honest, they're garbage. But the trigger response and like the pull, oh my god, it's just, you can spam the fuck out of it, and it's just fun.
What the fuck is this video?
Right?
Breacher, CEO. The rifleman is the graphic designer.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch this the whole time. My god.
I found it pretty funny.
I did want to talk, just moving on to a different topic, I wanted to talk about, I know this is kind of beating a dead horse in the YouTube world, but just the adpocalypse and how it's affecting airsoft channels, because airsoft channels are essentially seen as gun channels, and how that might affect people that are trying to get into making videos and stuff.
Yeah. Can we talk about how the APS employees, really quick, the guys who are supposed to be like, they're not role models, but they're guys who make the airsoft guns, like it's like if you had H&K guys like sticking the guns, the barrel guns down their throat, right? Like they just shot a bunch of airsoft guns with no iPro. Also, there's some random video playing job.
Yeah, whatever this gun is actually looks really sick.
Yeah, that APS gearbox I was actually planning on buying for a build. It actually, the gearbox, not the gearbox, the fucking receiver set looks really cool.
Oh, the trigger looks awesome.
My Red Dragon is actually like, super rare at this point because the new one doesn't have any skeletonization on the upper, so you can't like see the gearbox anymore.
Flat triggers aren't bad. I hate the Crytek flat triggers so much because the bottom piece, like if your finger goes down the trigger a bit, you're gonna start like jabbing yourself, and it's just annoying.
Ouch.
Oh, real quick. Paul Delaney, the FPS limit for OXCC, they switched from FPS to joules. I think you have to be under 1.5 joules.
Okay, 1.5 is 450 at 2s.
Oh, well, hold on. 1.4. Something like that.
1.4.
Whatever the equivalent of 400 with 2s.
1.48.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. You just look it up on their website. They have a whole
power spring.
Jeez.
Yeah, if you have a quick change spring, they don't really. You can just fucking chrono with a CQB spring.
Yeah, okay.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's the issue with. I think that's a big issue we have in airsoft nowadays.
It's
illegal. Is like guns like amoebas or like the new Lonex guns or a lot of guns have
Or
quick change
polar
springs that don't even.
stars.
Okay, that's been a problem forever. I'm talking about like now with the quick change springs being more prevalent, especially ones that you don't like the Crytex that require upper and lower receiver takedown.
Mm-hmm.
This is a quick like 10-second thing.
Yeah, you just take
And-
off your stock. Like you don't
No,
even
I mean
have to...
on the Lonex guns, you like it's so you just take the butt plate off. It's super easy to pull this thing. So I mean, I think that's a big problem, and so I would like to see like a
They're probably gonna come up with some sort of tournament lock
Yeah.
again.
Well, I'll tell, like my field, they don't even. I don't even think OXCC does tournament locks on Polar Stars, but they'll always have a chrono out on the field just so if somebody gets called out for it, they can. They're pretty strict on if you get called out for it and you're shooting hot on the field, like when somebody calls you out for it, then you're
goodbye.
done.
See you later.
You're
Yeah.
gone. Yeah.
I mean, that's why it's a
Jeez.
sport of honor and trust.
Can we just ban Polar Stars at the end?
honor system.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I've never had any problem with Polar Stars except getting shot in the face once by one, and that kind of sucked. But
Do you not wear lower face pro?
oh no, I had it, but they shot me right in the bridge of my nose where the lower mesh didn't protect.
That's why I wear a dye
And it
mask now. It's
sucks.
like it's like really, it's like the issue that I was running into. It's like oh, you're a pussy for pain. No, it's like I want to not care about it, and also
Yeah.
some fields require ear protection. It's just like it works for every requirement everywhere.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I honestly like for these quick change springs that are in the stock, maybe like make the quick change spring systems that have like a lock on it with like a zip tie. I don't know. I don't really know how it could be done. I just think, you
Yeah.
know, once again, it's an honor sport. If someone's going to be changing their spring, they're probably not going to be calling their hits. You know, so I think you can only limit asshole dickishness to a certain extent.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
someone
just
wants
one
to
of
be
those things that you have to
Someone
watch
wants
out
to be
for.
a dick bag. You know, they can freeze their even in paintball, they can freeze their paintballs and do that. You know,
Oh, that sucks. I had that happen once. Oh god,
so
bad memories.
you can't stop dickholes completely. You know, you just gotta.
You can just kick them out after they do what they do.
I know.
Yeah.
I think really the solution I think here to airsoft is just education. Red CRBs aren't bad, Karma Flame. They're good. I have one. It's just I think for if you're looking at a starter gun, I get the Alpha. Honestly,
Yeah,
unless you have
Alpha's
enough $100 to fork
pretty
out, or if
good
you want
option.
it, if you only want to be around 300, just get a PDW, and then like you know if you want, and then if you want to have a longer barrel, you could get the Prometheus barrel for Crytax, and get the Angel Customs Hive suppressor because then you have that like that like honey badger look, and it looks pretty cool
Yeah.
actually. So yeah, one thing I wanted to talk about too in airsoft, and we were talking about like, and let's go back to actually what we were talking about, is the whole the videos being like raped in airsoft, the airsoft videos being.
Apocalypse.
But yeah, so there's the whole ad thing, and that was recently going on around the past month. But what has been going on for forever, and like Airsoftology talked about this, and a bunch of other airsoft YouTubers and gun channel YouTubers. YouTube just hates guns. I don't know why. I mean, I can get why because like
I don't think
advertiser
YouTube
friendliness,
hates
but-
guns. I think the advertisers that are essentially
Well,
twisting
no.
YouTube's arm.
Okay, this
hates
no.
guns.
There's no. If you really quickly, I'll give a quick explainer how this works. So, YouTube advertisers say we want ads on YouTube videos because people watch YouTube. YouTube's like, okay, we'll put our videos. You'll get ads on videos. Then there was this whole PewDiePie thing that happened with like PewDiePie's a Nazi bullshit from the New York Times just wanting to make
right.
money because they're
Wall Street Journal.
yeah, the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, all those other people just wanting to make money. I don't remember which one it was. It was, one of
It
the-
was Wall Street Journal.
Okay, one of the fake news organizations.
It was loud. Jesus.
So, anyways, a website said, "Oh, PewDiePie's a Nazi," blah blah blah, and the advertiser's like, "Are we advertising for Nazis? Oh my god!" You know. And then so as some advertisers like pulling out of YouTube and stuff, and YouTube was like, "All right, we got to crack down on this advertiser-friendly stuff." And this is actually before that too. YouTube is trying to be better for its advertisers because for YouTube, we're like not even their business. We're not even really the consumer in a way. The consumer is the advertisers because they're the ones who are paying the money.
Well, you also have to understand that when the whole PewDiePie thing happened, it was all the premium ad people. It was all the premium ads that pulled out. The lower tier ads that had lower CPMs were still there, and they didn't really care because they just wanted eyes to look at their stuff. They didn't care who. So that was still there, and I still get low tier ads on my videos, but my CPM is shit because I don't get premium anymore because I'm blacklisted under guns, even though they're toys, you know.
Right.
So I don't have like Toyota ads playing on my shit. I have like other YouTube channels ads playing on my shit, or like really obscure like farmers only, you know, shit like that.
Oh god.
Like just really obscure websites
Lose
like
40
that.
pounds of fat in 10 weeks.
Like I sometimes get movie trailers. I sometimes get other stuff like that, but I'm not getting like Toyota, Coke, Pepsi, stuff like that. The people that pay like the big bucks for CPM wise.
And like, I think the main thing is with YouTube is it's really they were more worried about losing advertisers, so they went with this whole advertiser friendly thing. I don't think anyone, like, from everything I've seen around the internets, no one was twisting their arm as much. It was like they didn't want it to get to that, and and you know, and then you had the whole thing. And I think really, I don't have a problem with gay people or LGBT people or whatever, but I think they went way too fucking crazy when the restricted mode thing was going on, and now YouTube's all afraid of, you know, that community.
Oh, well, you know what? Here, I'll put something on stream right now. Let me go to my channel and turn on restricted mode. This is the most bullshit. Like, I don't really care about restricted mode because nobody that I know uses it because it, like, I didn't even know it was a thing until I feel like nobody really knew it was a thing until everybody pointed it out.
Well, I think no one knew it was a thing until all the LGBT and like those types of channels, like the sex education channels, went insane, like literally insane.
Yeah, like look at this. All right, let me go to my videos. I'm pretty sure.
Like you check Twitter like around that time frame, it was like,
literally
oh my god, YouTube's anti-LGBT. It's like, no,
yeah,
it's
the
just
only video on my channel is my GoPro LUT tutorial, because that's just a Premiere tutorial and not. And it has nothing to do with guns.
you can appeal your videos.
Wait, that's the only one you said?
It's that and my Novrich meme that's unlisted.
Oh.
But I don't know if unlisted videos are caught by restricted mode. I don't think
they get ads.
Yeah, they don't. But again, it's not a big deal to me. It would be to a lot of other people. Like, if if a bigger channel saw that, I can understand why they'd be upset when other videos show up.
If anyone here watches Philip DeFranco, like almost all his videos are flagged. But then you have channels who talk about things and are like really high in the YouTube area that are kind of restricted. Honestly, I would say would be restricted content, because talking about, you know, some other stuff, I'm not going to go into details, but there are channels who actually talk about things I think should be restricted, and they're perfectly fine. And I think, you know, this isn't a political channel, this is an Airsoft channel, but I think YouTube has an agenda, and it's pretty obvious in the end.
Yeah. I just went to my channel and turned on restricted mode, and I have 4 videos up. 3 of them are the music videos that I made, and then one was the fake clickbait one. And
how do you turn on restricted mode?
Yeah, nothing
is
up
at the bottom of the browser
on my channel. So, like, if I was making money right now, but I'm too small to be doing that, really. If I was making money, I'd essentially be not making anything because everything is on restricted mode. It's like, oh, wow.
All right.
There we
It's
go.
still live for you guys, right?
What? Okay, on restricted mode, the only video that comes up is should you upgrade your hard drive video. Literally,
That's the hard drive.
which doesn't make sense, because if maybe because I have a lot of video game gameplay, and that has Rainbow Six gameplay, but my video on all my programming videos, which are probably the most advertiser friendly videos ever, it's a 12-year-old talking about how to program like Python, which is a programming language. That's not advertiser friendly. What? The only thing that is should you upgrade your hard drive? Not even a thing where I'm driving a car in GTA 5 and I hit another car and it goes flying. That's.
Well, I feel like this is another misconception. If you're in restricted, if your videos don't show up in restricted mode, there still can be ads played on them.
Of course.
I'm not even talking about the ads thing. I'm just talking about what? Like, only thing is, once again, another unlisted video of mine, and then just like one of my more popular videos. Maybe it's because it's popular. I don't know, but it's a thing about hard drive upgrades and stuff, and how much that affects your game performance and like your computer performance.
Yeah.
So, like my channel trailer, which, like, I mean, okay, I use some music that I think uses like one swear word in it or something in that video. But I mean, the majority of my other videos, there's nothing like I'm honestly confused. I never looked at this, but now I'm confused. Well, one has a Seinfeld meme, and somehow that's not child friendly. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Anyways, let's move on to So, YouTube doesn't like guns. So anything related to guns, airsoft, your muscles, anything like that, you have the word gun tagged in it, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're a Nazi rapist, murderer, who's gonna shoot everyone."
I do want to I want to talk quickly about the content that airsoft YouTubers upload, and there's a lot of people. Okay, I'm gonna sound really, I'm gonna sound like I know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna sound like I'm coming from the perspective of an airsoft YouTuber, but I really don't consider myself that, because my channel's still pretty small. I feel like a lot of people will upload airsoft videos and be like, why am I not getting any views or subs? And it's because you upload 25 minutes of raw GoPro footage where nothing happens. It's not interesting, and then after a month you switch to Roblox gameplay. That's why.
Well, yeah, that's one.
Get all the money that way.
That I noticed. Now, back in about 2010, I used to do Minecraft videos, right? No, this was like 2009. I don't know, really early in Minecraft, and I did Minecraft gameplays. And so Minecraft was pretty new, and also, I don't know why people wanted to listen to like a super young retard making videos, but those videos, like, they would get like a couple thousand views at sometimes, like, which I literally blew my mind. And I ended up getting banned from YouTube because I swore in a video. I reviewed Skyfall and used some images from it, and this was back when YouTube would take down anything that is anything. And then I also
stuff, yeah.
And I also like used some music or something. Anyways, so something happened and I got taken down. So anyways, that channel's gone. But I was getting a lot of views for like gameplay videos, and then I tried to do that again a couple years later. No one watches that anymore. So Airsoft, like, unless you're already a big channel, like, obviously someone's gonna watch a Novrich gameplay. Also because he was a very unique gameplay channel. He was a sniper, and no one really did that much. Like, one thing I've been considering, and I've been waiting for the new one for this to release, because it's a prototype right now, is there's an airsoft bow, right? And if I made a YouTube channel where I only made videos playing with an airsoft bow, I think that'd be a unique thing, and that might get some views for the gameplays. But if you don't have well-edited gameplays, if you just upload like gameplays, like, even if you look at gaming gameplays from, let's say, who's a popular game? PewDiePie, right? He's really popular, but he still makes the videos interesting. It's not just a dull video. So yeah, definitely,
right.
if you're gonna upload YouTube videos, whatever category, I don't care if it's you pissing on the floor, make it interesting. All right, if you're just gonna upload raw footage, unless it's like raw footage of something really interesting happening, like if you have a short snippet and you just upload it raw, maybe if it's really interesting, like a dude, like, fucking shit his pants on the field and was launched to the sky.
Quality
I
over
don't know.
quantity. Quality over quantity, definitely.
Yeah. Now, longer videos, YouTube has, if you have like a 1 hour video, now this is interesting about YouTube Red Ads. YouTube Red Ads, if you have a 1 hour video, you're gonna get, YouTube Red Ads will be like preferred to your channel, and you'll get more money with YouTube Red money. Like, not YouTube Red Ads, but if people who have YouTube Red, the longer your videos are, the better. Like, if you have a 1 hour video and someone who has YouTube Red watches it, you're gonna get more money than
because
if someone
YouTube
it's
Red
based
is per
on
minute.
minutes. Yeah. While on normal ads, it's just based on per video and per views.
Right.
So.
Okay. And with live streams as well, people seem to be doing a lot more live streams because they get more donations from people.
Well, yeah. One thing, I think we might want to move this, Josh. We could move it to Twitch.
See, I would move it to Twitch, but I don't have any, I don't have a base on Twitch. Like, I have a base here where
potentially
a lot of people could look at their sub box and
or
see this
you
link.
should definitely set up like a donation thing though, and during the live stream.
Yeah, I can set up a super chat. Like, if you guys actually donate to this shit, like, that's your fault.
I mean, I donated you an airsoft gun.
Yeah, true. Oh my god, that's gonna be the best edit I will ever make.
Oh,
yeah, I contacted I did FedEx, which was a mistake. Like, someone of mine just like.
Oh, I can't wait to get the pieces.
Yeah. Okay. A friend of mine. So my friend lives in Melbourne, Florida, right? It went to Melbourne, Australia. I don't know. I don't know.
How did you accidentally ship it internationally?
No. They were supposed to get shipped to them, and like he was ordering like an airsoft part from a Chinese retailer, right? And FedEx is an option, I guess, to do international sometimes.
Yeah.
He selected Melbourne, Florida, and he contacted the place like, hey, it was supposed to be like 15 days. I haven't gotten it. And like, yeah, we sent to Melbourne, Florida. They confirmed their shipping and stuff. FedEx, Melbourne, Australia, because the same address exists in Melbourne, Australia.
Same street and everything?
Yeah, like the same street. It was like, I think he lives on like 8095 Courtney Lane or something. And I just gave his address out to everyone.
Everybody go, please stop.
Good job.
Yeah. I didn't give out I didn't everything exactly, but and anyways, that exists in Melbourne, Australia. And so, why did I just have like an Australian accent for like half a second? I have a problem.
Australia.
Australia. Melbourne, Australia. Did I just offend everyone?
I don't
Anyways,
know if we have any Aussies here.
You're fucking triggered, mate. Anyways, so yeah, FedEx is shit. Anyways, let's move on to our next topic: cheater videos.
Can we
I
stop
just
with
made
them?
one. I can
we
talk
just
all about
fucking
this.
Stop with
Here
Okay,
we
yeah.
go, boys.
Like Silver Wolf, Illinois Airsofter. If you haven't seen his video, it's a very much parody of a cheater video. It's just him and his friends messing around, and there's no
Yes.
problem with that. It's for funny. It's for laughs. You're not
It's
trying to
a meme.
expose someone. Cheater, expose, and it's just like some kid who's being shot and like doesn't feel it because he wears 10 hoodies or something.
And
You know,
people
burn
see,
my patch.
People think that the whole airsoft community is like a bunch of
It's like,
immature
there must
12-year-olds.
be a bunch of
How's that-
cheaters everywhere.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
this is a big problem. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say this: your gun is not a real gun. Most airsoft guns max at 150 to 180 feet. That's most airsoft guns.
through the brush, guys. Like just
Okay,
Sticks are people.
unless you have an LMG that shoots like 400 FPS and you just unload,
then
Most of
you
your
might hit something. But if you're just
most of your
shooting
BBs are gonna
semi-auto-
stop before they get out of the brush. Unless you have a fucking 700 FPS DMR with 10,000 gram BBs, you're not gonna get through the brush.
Yeah.
And also, like a big thing is, people don't realize that there's brush, there's wind. Like literally, I was shooting a dude a couple weekends ago. My BB curved from the wind and went around him, and then
Jeez,
continued the
wow.
path. Like literally, I thought my BBs were going through the man. Like you're not hitting me. And then the ref, which was standing there, I wasn't reffing this game. Someone else was. He's like, dude, your BBs. I literally were watching them going around him. I'm like, what?
Wow.
So, yeah, I think people don't realize that their guns are shit, or just the maximum effective range of their guns, even if it's a good gun. Like my gun's around 230 feet. Still, I can't hit across a lot of airsoft maps. It's not a real gun. I don't have. There's a maximum effective range unless you go up to, and that's a big thing why people amp their FPS. It's not people don't inherently want to hurt other people unless you're a psychopath and you just inherently want to hurt other people. Most people who
Speak for
amp their
yourself.
let me get my chainsaw and my beer. Anyways,
Goddamn.
most people who want to increase their FPS aren't some asshole who wants to inflict pain. I don't know, maybe I can't speak for everyone, but even I at one point was like, what, maybe I want to go to a DMR because I get more FPS, and I never, everyone's had a thought, oh, what if I just increase my FPS with a bigger spring? I don't know, maybe I'm an asshole, but I've never done that because you're breaking the rules. But there is an advantage. If you go to 500 FPS, you're gonna go farther. You're gonna penetrate better. That's what she said. And 600, 700, it's gonna perform better. That's a fact. And obviously, you're increasing the danger and the risk and everything. So that's why I think that's the one reason people increase their FPS. And what people don't realize, like you have someone like this dude was like, and this Saturday he was going insane. Like I had to walk over multiple times in the field and then do another safety briefing that said, guys, you don't call out other people for cheating. Because like, hey, you motherfucker, you're not calling your
that
hit.
is so
I'm fucking
annoying.
hitting you.
I had the same thing happen, yeah.
At
a
the
story
end,
about that.
one of the So anyways, and that's honestly, please be compliant with refs. Like I don't care if you think the rules are dumb. And also, then don't try and do the ref's job because then the dude's like, hey, and then this other dude was like freaking out, and he's like, hey, dude, calm down. And then there was almost a confrontation. I had to break up, and I had to tell him, you go on this side of staging area, you're going over there, just wait, all right? You guys just calm down. Because, like, anyways, this dude is calling out, saying, oh, you're not calling your fucking hit. Oh, my God, you fucking... No, the dude... Okay, so then I'm like, all right, dude, I don't know how good your gun is, like maybe you're hitting him, I don't know. So I went and like, it's like maybe it's just going too slow and he's dodging him because the guy was moving around. His gun was chronoing at 250 with twos. Your gun's a fucking piece of shit, dude. All right, that's it. All right, I can dodge. Literally, I dodged this one dude's BBs. They're going around like 310 when I chronoed him. Like if you're good enough, you can dodge BBs. It's a thing, especially at like 100 feet. And that's what people don't get too. Like, oh my god, I see you fucking flinching. You fuck. No, they're not flinching. It's just that your BBs a lot of times are so slow. It's like, oh, there's a BB. Moves. Especially like I have the die mask, so I can really see him coming from all directions. I'm like, oh, there's a BB. I just crouch behind the cover. So definitely, I'd say there's a thing like somebody like I'm gonna use 0.4 BBs in my 200 FPS gun, or like even a 400 FPS gun. Don't use. I would say even a 400 FPS gun. Don't use over 3.2s. Just don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my personal recommendation because you're gonna be going super slow even at 400 FPS, and most guns aren't there. Most guns are around like 350 to 380. Like I don't go over 0.28s just because I want to have a good balance between speed and distance, and like especially if it's CQB, I'm using twos. Like there's no reason not to use twos. Yeah. Like you don't have to worry about wind and stuff like that. You're not unless it's like a giant CQB field like that one in California. You maybe 2.5s. Like you don't need heavy BBs. So if you have the capability, like if you use the indoor field, I would definitely recommend twos as long as it's not some big long ass field or you're not like a sniper. And if you're a sniper in CQB, like you have a problem. But like the travel time is a big thing. Like the FPS is about you get better range and you have way better travel time because that BB is going to hit the guy faster, which means you can win the firefight and he can't dodge it.
Right. Okay. I actually have a story. So with my cheater thing, that was kind of, I even had to explain a little bit because I felt like it might have not been obvious enough with the 50 red arrows that I put in the thumbnail and the title. Seriously, if you guys want to go check that out, it's a very fun video. Okay. So I try to make it as obvious as possible that it's just me and my friends playing in my backyard having fun, and that if this was
obvious,
and that if it was at, a legitimate field, we wouldn't be doing this because, it's just us three back there. In a big field, there'd be more people, and we'd probably get yelled at if we did that. So
my friend took his iPro off on the field. I was about to fucking rage.
Yeah, he did, but it's So, so then with that, when you're talking about other people trying to call out other people's hits, that was a big thing when I went to one of the paintball places, Pekin Paintball, when I went there at the end of April, I believe. What day was that? I don't know. What Sunday? I don't know. One of like the third Sunday in April.
Some date of the year.
Yeah. Like, the 23rd. The 23rd. Okay. 23rd of April, I went there, and, there was a big crowd. We had probably it was really unfair. We had 16 versus 23 for a while. I was on the 16 team, but we still kicked their asses all day, and it was awesome. But we had one guy who was wearing like a green t-shirt and some sunglasses and stuff, and he kept pretty much screaming at people the whole day. He was saying, quit shooting me in the face, and, if you do that one more time, I'm going to kill you, and someone's going to die. I'm like, oh, dude, calm down a little bit. Jesus.
I would have called the cops.
So the thing that you need to remember, and also there was only like there were two refs out there. I think one was actually playing for most of the time, but having very few refs with that many people, and it's sort of a large field, that can get pretty bad because then you can have people just wailing on each other with their fists and stuff while the refs are over watching some other people. And so that's the thing, is you really have to remember that you shouldn't get angry at things like this because it's just shooting plastic at people.
Yeah,
there's no reason to be
nerds, guys. Like
seriously,
we're LARPers.
We're LARPing, yeah.
Yeah,
we're reenacting the Civil War but with modern guns. One thing. There was another dude. Actually, the one incident I was talking about was the weekend before. This weekend, there's this one dude who was getting not overshot. He was getting shot while walking back to respawn. One thing, guys, when you're getting shot while like walking back to respawn or something. Well, no, it's not that. It's okay. When you're out, do not just pull your hand up. That is the biggest mistake I see on the field. People are like my hand was up. Why are you hitting me? Because if you just put your hand up, you might be throwing a grenade. You might, I don't know, be jacking off God. I don't know what you're doing. All right. You have what people look for when you say hit, and then you put your hand in the air, so you have the audio cue, and so people are like, okay, someone's hit, and you put the hand up. And a lot of times as a ref, I'll say, okay, player walking out. I can't say player walking out or player walking back to spawn if no one fucking says hit, because while I'm watching the game, I have like 30 people to look at. I can't watch it just you, sir. So that's a big thing to look. So do the audio cue. If you have a dead rag, definitely use the dead rag. All right.
True.
If you get overshot while you're walking to your spawn, don't go, oh my god, you shot me, because this dude was fucking going insane. And then there was almost another confrontation because this dude was like, he said this, and I was like, you should never go say something at people, especially someone who's angry. Just leave them alone, because you're like, keep the PTSD off the field. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have said that, man.
Wow, that is.
Yeah, although I mean, the dude was going literally insane. Still, don't do it, all right? And he calmed down, all right? And he normally he's a nice guy. He might have just having a bad day. He was kind of complaining. And I mean, he did have some like bloody injuries from being shot. But I mean, he was just getting shot a lot because he was like running up and stuff, like, And I think especially one thing people like, oh, I'm getting shot behind enemy lines or whatever, or I'm getting shot in spawn. One thing that happens is you have a team, like a lot of times I have teammates that are like right outside the spawn. I'm walking back to spawn, I'm like, dude, just move. And then people are shooting at him, and I'm going to the spawn to respawn, and I'm getting shot at because I'm behind them. And this is Airsoft, BB's curved, there's wind, even with real guns. So if you're shooting at someone, it might be hitting right next to him, and right next to him might be a dead player walking. So,
right.
And I do my best to let them know, but let people know as a ref that, hey, there's a dead guy who's walking out, but you don't want to slow down and mess up the game for everyone else just because some dude's a pussy and can't take being hit by a BB, right? Like, I mean, if you're on the Airsoft field, all right, and this comes to like face shots too. If you're on the Airsoft field and you are not prepared to take 1,000 BBs to the face, like, you should be prepared to take whatever, whenever, all right? Like, if you go to the Airsoft field and you're like, oh, I'm not going to get shot much today, I'm just going to wear my crotchless panties and my bra, and then I'll just wear my shooting glasses. If you might encounter some loss of testicles and a loss of an eyeball and maybe some teeth, all right? So you gotta wear proper protection. You have to always anticipate that. Like, I just wear, a t-shirt. So like normally my normal wear, if I'm not going to a Milsimer event, t-shirt, jeans, my plate carrier, and my dye mask. That's what I wear. Maybe some hard knuckle gloves. That's it. So if I get shot in the knuckles, I'm protected. If I'm like, I don't really care about protecting my chest or anything, and my head's protected, so my ears and everything. And if I never care about being shot when I'm walking back to respawn, because at the end of the day, you came out there and you should have been expecting to get shot by BBs. If you were not expecting to get shot by BBs going to Airsoft, you should not go airsofting. I'm sorry, that's it.
Right, of course.
Like, Airsoft, like, it's not this isn't, like, even when you're going, whatever, paintballing, whatever, you should be expected to get shot. If it's fucking football, you're playing football, expect to get tackled.
Absolutely,
unless you're the quarterback and you never move up and you just hide in the corner the entire game, or you're just a little kid that hides in the corner the entire game and doesn't actually play. Even then, you're probably gonna get hit by BBs. You have to anticipate that. So don't not wear lower face and be like, you shot me in the teeth, man. Oh my god, you fuck. Like, no, you're an idiot. You don't wear lower face. Sorry if you don't wear lower face, but you're being dumb. Honestly, in my opinion, you should always at least have some like hard thing or even a fucking scarf to protect your face. All right, because when you complain, Trex, if I'm going back, the first thing I hear is crotchless.
What's going on, Gold and chocolate cake? Welcome to the stream.
Hey. Yeah, but if you go to Airsoft not expecting to be shot, you're doing something wrong, all right? You should go there expecting to be shot 1,000 times in the balls, all right? That's what you should go every day expecting that. So that way, at the end of the day, when you've been shot 500 times in the balls, it was nothing.
Right.
It's so, like, I probably have over an hour of footage of just me trying to break up, like, potential fights. Where I'm just like, guys, we're just shooting at plastic at each other, like on the weekends.
If I had a GoPro, if I wore my GoPro when I refed, I need to start like wearing my GoPro more.
That would be a pretty cool idea.
If I wore it when I refed, like, you would see, like, actually, so my friend was doing, I might upload this to YouTube. My friend was doing this really cool like CQB maneuver, and I was going to record it, and he failed, and anyways, so nothing happened from that, and I just pulled up my phone to record it. Which also, don't play your phone on the airsoft field because it can get shot and your iPhone screen
Yeah,
break
don't do
through
that.
Also,
but
don't
I did
keep
it.
your wallet in your back pocket. Made that mistake.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I normally will keep my like in a lot of plate carriers and vests and stuff have inner pockets. That's where I'd recommend keeping like wallets and keys. I'd recommend keeping your phone like locked somewhere, maybe even in your car, unless you
just
really need access to it.
Keep shit in your car.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say always keep your wallet in your car after you pay for your admission. Just put it back.
Yeah.
And you know, if your phone, just keep it somewhere safe. Like when I ref, I have it on me because I use it as a timer or like to check the time. But normally when I play, I keep it far away because I like my phone intact. But so on my another not like it was another friend that was there, like just a more of a person I just play with a lot. He was there, and he was kind of going the same way in this one like castle area of the map, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna do the same thing, and it worked. He went in and he shot 2 dudes, and the castle. It's very hard to do like you know like the bang stuff in there because it's a more of an indoor area, not indoor. It's just like this like castle that's been built out of barricades and boxes. And so we went there, and he shot 2 dudes like, oh my god, you were in the fucking 5-foot bang out, and like the pistols also was 5 foot, and he's like, the guy was fucking, these 2 dudes were livid, and he's like, look at my fucking knuckles are like, is bleeding because he shot him in the knuckle, I guess. I'm like, dude, you're not wearing gloves, you got shot in the knuckle from like 10 feet away, which is legal for pistols, it's 5 feet for pistols. Like it's probably gonna break the skin maybe. And I think he was like almost 15 feet away too. Anyways, this dude and his other friend went insane, and they were going up to him, so I had to walk up and like calm down, and they were fucking going insane. He's like, you're not in charge of us. I'm like, no, I'm the ref here. I'm in charge. If you continue that, you'll be kicked out. And then his friend like backed him down, but yeah, it.
Jeez, yeah, things like that, just fights and everything.
I think bottom line for that, for just anything with people getting pissed off, is just you have to like actually step back and remember that it's just a game.
Right.
Oh shit! Why is my phone going off?
And never be afraid. Never be like, oh, I don't want to cause an incident. Call the ref. If the dude even like, if the dude at all, if someone sees